Okay, so here we have the first question. It says the table below shows the data for a car stopping on a wet road. What is the approximate stopping distance for a car traveling 35 miles per hour? So here on the left side of my table, I have the different miles per hour that my car can go, along with its stopping distance. We were also given this formula to kind of help us figure out what is the stopping distance at a specific speed. So let's go ahead and try to figure it out because it's asking us what's the stopping distance at 35 miles per hour. So I'm going to go ahead and take my function. So d of 35 miles, right, because we see that v is miles per hour, should equal 2.515. Now my v was 35, so I'll put 35 squared all over 64.4f. Okay, well that looks pretty good, but I realize or I see that I can't necessarily solve or find out the value of d because I still have an unknown value of f. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is use the table or the data from my table to kind of help me figure out what that value of f is. Because if I can fill in a d and a v value, then that would just leave me with f to solve. So I'll go ahead and do that work over here. So I'll take my first function, or my first set of data points, which is 17.9 should equal 2.15 times 15 squared all over 64.4f. Now see the difference between these two different equations? This one I only have one variable to solve for versus here I have two. So let's go ahead and try to see what happens if I try to solve for f. The first thing that I might do is maybe multiply to get the denominator out. 64.4f on the top and also on the left side. So when I do, those cancel out, and 17.9 times 64.4f is actually 1,152.76f. And I'm going to go ahead and set that equal to 2.15 times 15 squared. I'm going to just save room. That's equivalent to 483.75. Okay. So now what I want to go ahead and do and solve for f is just go and divide by 11,052.76 on both sides. So then that cancels out, and I'm left with the value of approximately 0.42. I think the answer is 401, but I just rounded up to 402. Okay, cool. Now I know what f is. I can go ahead and take this f value and plug it into my function. So therefore, I would have 2.15 times 35 squared, all divided by 64.4 times f, which we saw was 0.42. And if I stick all of this into a calculator, I get approximately 97.4.